Let's get into some things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button if you are new here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be it's back, cause I don't be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all. Convince me that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up? Happy Friday. As most of you guys know, it was a great Friday for me. Because, baby, we had a snow day, honey. We had a snow day. What's going on, everybody? Let me come in and say hi to the people before we get into the things. All right. The Informed. What's up, Nisa? How you doing, Felicia? What's going on? Below, Miss Frenchie. Yes, Miss French Kiss, I should say. I'm your 3 and 4. Well, thank you so much. Little Miss Introvert. Hey, CC, Tawanda. What's up, Tony Love? Mia J. Hey, Abby. What's up, boo? Hey, Chuck. Hey, Just Sweet. Moon Princess. What's going on? Crazy Homebody Girl. What's going on? Lock Queen. Despite the snow, I started to go to work. OPM said, get your butt in here. I know that's right. Y'all didn't even get a delay. Listen, I get you. We had a delay at first, and I was like, well, and I was just laying there waiting for it. I had, as a matter of fact, I was getting ready to get up in probably about another 15, 20 minutes to get ready to start getting ready for work. And then I got a text from one of my coworkers. It was like, well, we closed. And I was like, hey. But I went to the gym today. I got up and I took my butt to the gym. That's the first time I've been to the gym in a minute. So I'm trying to get back on my grind, y'all. I gotta get ready for the cruise. Okay. Trying to lose a few pounds for the cruise. Okay. What's up, Raven? Edwina. Hey. Montrez. Dr. S. Bryant. Hi. What's going on? Gracefully Blessed. Hey, Cookie. Alexis Thomas, we haven't had snow in December in 7 years. Yeah. And they're talking about more snow on Monday, I think. Or did they change it? Hold on. Let me see what the news is saying for Monday. Let me see what they're talking about for Monday. Because they were talking about snow on Monday, but y'all know the stuff around here, baby, it changes by the minute. You better check. Yeah, see, now they're not talking about snow. They're talking about partly cloudy. But they are talking about snow next Friday. On the 12th. But again, like I said, that'll be done changed. That'll be done changed by Monday. So I was waiting like the kids and was. Anyway, y'all. So we have a few stories to get into, and then we are going to go over the Christmas schedule for ReallyBTV. Okay, the Christmas schedule for ReallyBTV. Okay. I got dressed for work and said it's not worth it. Ooh. Not Cookie. Where's Cookie? Your grandmother turned 83. Oh, you wish your grandmother. Oh gosh, y'all. You wish your grandmother a happy birthday. Yes, that's a blessing. You left early. I had to run some errands. I know that's right. And in quotation marks, run some errands. I know that's right. All right. So, okay. So, let me do this real quick before I forget. Okay. What up, Cruiser Bruiser? Ain't no snow day when you work from home. Well, I mean, hello. Yes, there's no snow day when you work from home. Hello. All right, so let's get into it. I don't really have a lot, but let's talk about what we have here to talk about, honey. We have a little bit of an update. I'm not sure if you guys know that story. There was a story last year. Well, not last year. I'm sorry, a couple of months ago, about the mother who was unalived, dropping her son off at school by the baby's mama. Her baby's father's new girlfriend, who also has a child by him. She and the baby's father rolled up on her after she dropped her son off at school and unalived her in front of the school. And it was actually on Facebook Live. I think I don't know how it was. Well, at the beginning of the investigation, it seemed like the police weren't going to, she said she tried to claim it was self-defense, and it seemed like the police weren't going to, do anything about it. But she has now officially been charged. So thank God for that, because I just wasn't sure. I mean, I know sometimes we don't know all of the details of the police investigation and why things are going in a direction, but that just seemed to be, I mean, it was on camera and it didn't look like any self-defense to me. Much less it was on school grounds. And I know, like, when you're in a school zone, like, certain things, the penalty is just that much higher. So, I mean, just the fact that she had a pow on school grounds, it just, I don't know. I just didn't understand why that girl went home that day. Like, it didn't make sense to me. But again, I think this was in Chicago. Again, the police, whatever the police had to take into consideration, I don't know. But she's been charged now, so good. Okay. After hearing what happened in court and why the judge held her, really breaks my heart. Well, what do you mean? Well, the judge held her because he was charging her, right? I don't understand what you're saying. Tell me what you mean, brown mama. Okay. Now, I talked about this earlier when I did my Married to Medicine review, but for those of you that didn't see the Married to Medicine review, I just want to add this little 2 cents about Dr. Jackie. We talked yesterday about Dr. Jackie calling that lady out about thyroid and her fake apology. But this is why I know, and I'm glad that I called out that bull hockey apology yesterday, because today it looks like she was being asked a question down to the neighborhood talk, and she said, it says here, Married to Medicine star Dr. Jackie says Brandy was trying to get her name out there by telling fans she had an issue with her thyroid comment. Claims that they had already hashed it out before the episode aired. And then she said, you got to be relevant somehow. See, this is the shit that I be talking about. Dr. Jackie, you know good daggone well why that woman discussed it after the episode aired. Just because the two of y'all cleared it up prior to the episode airing. Once the episode aired, Twitter, Instagram, the blogs, everybody had something to say. And so, yes, she used it as an opportunity to bring awareness to thyroid disease. And she also addressed what she said, what you said. And she has a right to feel how she feels about it. Just because, see, here's the thing. And I done told y'all this before, and this is a lesson that I had to learn, okay? Just because you apologize don't mean I'm over it. And just because she apologized, and just because y'all talked about it before the show aired, it doesn't mean that when she saw it play back, she didn't feel some kind of way about it, or she didn't have an opinion about it. Like, come on, Dr. Jackie, you've been doing this reality TV thing for about 15 years, ma'am. Y'all are on season 12, which means you've been doing this for about 15 years, if you count the off season and all of that. Ma'am, you know exactly what it is. And you know exactly why that woman spoke. And again, you did her wrong. She has a right to speak on it. She has a right to have an opinion about it. You did her dirty, ma'am. You did that. You did her dirty. Right. An apology doesn't erase the event. You better say it again, Dr. Brian. An apology doesn't erase the event. And especially since it just aired on television. I told y'all, one of the realest things that Candy Burrs ever said was, you, on a reality show, you live it 3 times. You live it when it happened. You live it when you see it play back on the episode, and you live it at the reunion. So she's reliving that moment again. Dr. Jackie, I'm sure there have been moments where you relived something and it made you feel some kind of way all over again. And when you add people's confessional, that adds to it as well. When people, you get to hear what people, because see, they don't know people's confessionals. They don't know what people said in their confessional. So maybe she felt some kind of way because of maybe something that you said in the confessional. Maybe it made her feel some kind of way. I said, see, here we go, Dr. Jackie. Here we go. Okay, Brown Mama said, my heart breaks for the mother no longer here, and her son has to one day hear what happened as I did with the court hearing to formally charge the suspect. Okay, I thought you were saying something about what the judge said. Okay, but I hear what you're saying. Actually, I can't stand none of them anymore. Tiffany said, I don't like none of their asses. But I agree. I think that Dr. Jackie was being very, 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 and again, we've talked about it, but I think Dr. Jackie was very irresponsible in the comments that she made. And I feel like, yeah, it was a firestorm for a couple of weeks, but people kind of let Jackie, well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say people let Jackie get away with it, because I think they gave Jackie a hard time about it. Now, when someone Dr. Jackie eye in her mouth, that is going to be a problem. Abby always going to get violent. Ruru said Jackie mouth always getting her in trouble when she should have used that mouth to tear Curtis behind up. Well, now that I can agree with you on that one too, honey. I can agree with you on that one. I sure can. Crazy Homebody Girl said, I have never liked Dr. Jackie. Okay. Well, y'all, see, that's why I had to back up off of it, because y'all sure ain't giving Dr. Jackie no pass. Not this group. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. Y'all ain't giving her no pass. Hey, Chanel. So there's that, child. There's that. Okay. I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. What is this? Oh. Okay. Baby, American Express say that Ray J owed them $140,000 and they want their money. So they are suing him. Baby, American Express says that he stopped paying his bill and they want their money now. And they have filed a lawsuit against Ray J to come and get the money. Yes, Stephanie, that's a good point. Stephanie said, isn't Dr. Jackie the same person that didn't want to go to some location Curtis went to with his former mistress? Am I remembering that correctly? Wouldn't that be her reliving that moment? It sure would. Yeah. Hell, on this episode, she relived the moment about Toya talking about when Curtis pulled her into his lap. And she didn't like what Toya had to say, even though Andy asked Toya the question, and all Toya did was answer it, but child, whatever. Anyway, we talked about that on the review earlier, honey. But yeah, Ray J, sir, you out here getting involved in lawsuits with the Kardashians and getting arrested in front of your children on Thanksgiving and all the other issues, sir. You need to get your priorities together. You need to get your priorities together. Right, you down there worried about who meeting up with Brandy, sir? How you gonna talk? How you gonna complain from outside the club? You barely got an invitation to the damn tour. You probably had to buy a ticket when you came out there on stage. Did you buy a ticket, Ray J? You probably had to buy a ticket and a VIP package just to get backstage to see your sister. And you worried about who going to see, who knocking on Brandy's dressing room door. Okay, look at Abby. Look at the bees in the chat. Ray J needs a 5150. He might. But listen, we have been talking about Ray J spiraling for months now. Remember when he was when he was streaming and he was spiraling on the stream? Ray J, listen. Ray J been spiraling for a while. Okay. Get it together, Ray J. And somebody, they had a nerve to talk about the people was talking about up in the chat was talking about Ray J mama and how she wasn't a good mama because Ray J was 9 years old, was hanging out with the Crips and down at Death Row Records, and people had a nerve to want to talk about some. Don't blame his mama. Blame her, because all of them, the mama, the daddy, Brandy, and Ray J, all of them have said that Ray J was out there in them streets while her mama was running around down there terrorizing the Moesha set and terrorizing the Thea set with Brandy, and that the daddy was running around doing other things. Allegedly, I don't know these people. Allegedly, the daddy was doing other things while the mama was running around there chasing people around the Thea set and making life hell for everybody down to the Moesha set. And while that was going on, Ray J was in them Los Angeles streets. Allegedly, that he was hanging out with them Crips and hanging out, or the Bloods. I don't know who he was with, because it's all alleged. I wasn't there. And allegedly he was down to the Death Row recording place. Not blame that wig. Abby! Yeah, Abby cutting up today. Abby said blame that wig. Where is Tracy? Tracy must be out in them streets. It's Friday. And it's Christmas season Friday. Tracy must be out in them streets somewhere, honey. Blame it on the wig that's getting loose. Blame it, child. That's what you heard too, Miss French Kid. I heard it too, honey. Now, listen, it's alleged because I don't know these people. It's all allegedly because I don't know these people. Okay? But that's what I heard. That's what I heard. So now, speaking of mamas, y'all done messed around and made Russell Wilson mama pop out on y'all. Now, let me give y'all the breakdown. This was a story. I actually wanted to talk about this the other day, but I forgot. Russell Wilson, who, because Abby don't know who Russell, well, she might know because Sierra's husband, Russell Wilson, we know he's a quarterback in the National Football League. He's been on a few teams, but the first team that he was on was the Seattle Seahawks, right? And one year for Thanksgiving, he invited, and this was once him and Sierra were married. So one year for Thanksgiving, he invited one of his teammates to come and have Thanksgiving dinner with them. And so the teammate proceeded, the boy, Trayvon, I want to make sure I say his name right, child. Trayvon Boykin. Now, Trayvon Boykin went down to one of his podcasts. Yeah, we really have to stop giving podcast microphones to everybody. I mean, we really just need to stop everybody. Okay. You just saw a commercial for Jim Beam pineapple. Oh, that sounds delicious. And so the boy then came down here to the good podcast streets and started talking about how weird he thought it was that Russell Wilson was celebrating Thanksgiving and nobody from his family was there. So when I first heard the comment, my first thought was, but you said Sierra was there. And you said that Sierra was there and baby, what's that boy name? Baby Future. So this must be before Sierra started having their churn. So that means that this was early on in Sierra and Russell's relationship. Okay. He talked about how baby Future, and I hate calling him that. I just can't think of the boy name right now. Well, his name is Future though. Didn't she name him Future? Anyway, but he said, oh, and he was bad. His bad ass was running around the house. And I just thought it was weird. It was just weird. He had this big ass house and nobody from his family. I mean, he could afford to fly his family out. And then it was just him, Sierra, and the chef. And there was one more person. You, bitch. Where was your family? You were playing in the NFL. You didn't have enough money to fly your family in. You didn't have enough money to fly out. I mean, was there a rule that said that the quarterback had to invite you? Because it sounds to me like if he invited you into his home, then he must have felt like or saw you as family, since it was a family day and it's a day to spend with family. So the fact that he opened up his home to you tells me that he saw you as family, at least at that time, that he would open it up to you. So that was the first thing. And when this man was talking, that was the first thing I was thinking was, but you were there. The second thing I was thinking was, well, why weren't you with your family? Since Russell could have been with his family, why you couldn't have been with your family? Then I was thinking, that shit was 15 years ago. Baby Future is about to be in high school. Sierra done had 3 more children. So I'm sorry. Why are you even telling this story? See, some shit, it's just not necessary to tell. If you couldn't say, see, the way that conversation should have went was, I remember one Thanksgiving I couldn't spend with my family. And Russell Wilson opened up his home to me, and he ain't have to do that. And that's something that always stuck with me. See, that's how that goes. That's how that story is told. But for you to walk into this man's house and say that you thought it was weird that he was spending, mind you, Russell just bought a house for his mama. I mean, I'm not saying that just because you bought a house for somebody that means you close to them, but let's not act like he's estranged from his family, because he's not. Because he was in prison. Oh yeah, we about to get to that. Yeah, you know. Now, Trayvon, yes, Trayvon is a woman beater. Okay. Did some jail time for said crime. So let's read what Russell Wilson's mama said, because Russell Wilson's mama has stepped into the chat. Now let's read what his mama said. Lord, let me put my other glasses on, child. Y'all know I can't. Lord, I can't see this small handwriting. Let me put my other glasses on, child. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm so old. Okay. The following. I am his mom. It's none of your business. First of all, let me read it right. Hold on, excuse me. Let me read it correctly. I am his mom, period. It's none of your business, period. This is opportunistic, period. I'm so tired of you men cutting down my son, period. Jesus said to all, accuse the woman, comma, and then she put in a quote, he who is without sin cast the first stone, end quote, period. Part of our family was in Florida at a tournament. I planned to stay home because I wanted to fast the 4 days before the year's end. Russell thought enough of you, who had a criminal history, to love you enough to invite you over, period. This why Russ keeps it moving, period. Folks are not trustworthy, period. See, she is punctuating to make her point, and I'm gonna let y'all know that she is punctuating to make the point. Hey, Scotty Boo! Russ, though, will forgive me. No, I'm sorry, it says Russ, though, will forgive, but not again. I hope you felt relevant for a few minutes. Lord, forgive him, for he knows not what he is doing. Tammy Wilson. And I felt like When she put that, I felt like I saw the mic drop. I felt like I saw her do that. When she said Tammy Wilson, I felt like I saw her do that. Like mic drop. I felt like what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong? This man invited you into his home to share probably one of the most sentimental family days. Even if you don't really observe or celebrate Thanksgiving, most people will go to a family dinner. You know what I'm saying? Everything's closed. Nobody, and this man invited you into his home to have dinner with his family. And the only thing you walked away from that was it was weird that none of his family was there. What was weird about that? Child. She said, get you some business of your own to mine. Find something safe to do. I know that's right, mama. Empty the clip. Yeah. And I was here for all of this. And baby, listen, the comments were going up, baby. The comments was like, yes, mama. Shade, I need to call you because I need to ask you about something. What you doing this weekend? Text me that answer. Because I'll forget to call you. Text me that answer. What you doing this weekend? Yes. Period. Yes, mama. Let the people know. It is, and it's sad that we live in a world where people feel like they're going to get more attention for saying something negative than saying something positive. Because I honestly feel like some blogs, I can't say the same blogs because there's some blogs that only want mess, but there are blogs that do talk about positivity and will repost positivity. Like people like the Jasmine brand would have reposted if that man had talked about how nice Russell Wilson was to him, even in spite of having a criminal background, that Russell Wilson invited him into his home. In spite of what he was going through at that time legally, Russell Wilson invited me into his home around his family to spend Thanksgiving because he knew I didn't have anywhere else to go. You see how you see how that could have went down? And I feel like there were just as many, well, again, I ain't gonna say just as many blogs because unfortunately we do live in a world that likes the negativity more so than the positivity. But I really feel like we got to get back to just being positive instead of always looking for the fucking negatives. Right, Brown Mama. His family was there. His wife and his kid. Like, everybody, and maybe because, and I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. But maybe because they were new in their relationship, maybe they decided to have a small Thanksgiving. His mom said, look, I was fasting. The family was at a tournament in Florida. Maybe they decided to do a big Christmas and they were going to do a small Thanksgiving. Like, not that he has to explain any of that to you. Not that he got to explain it to us. It's just the point that it could be so many reasons. Anyway, I really don't get the Russell hate. Is it because he decided he was here? I think the Russell hate is because we live in such a misogynistic society. And I think, and I know what the word misogynistic means. I understand that. But walk with me for a minute, y'all. Walk with me for a minute. Because I don't know what the right word is. And maybe y'all can help me with the right word of what I'm trying to say. So hear me out and then tell me what the right word was. We live in such a misogynistic society that even a man that does not present as a stereotypical thug, we find issue with. I think it's because Russell Wilson is not thugged out. You know, he's got a quote unquote nice grade of hair. He's not tattooed all over the place. He's not flashy. He's not on the sidelines with gold, with thick ass gold necklaces. He's not out here. Even before him and Sierra got married, he wasn't flashy out in these streets. You didn't hear about him at the clubs. You didn't hear about him with 4 or 5 different women. You know what I mean? I think because he's not that person that even in this society, like I say, when I say misogynistic, it's a certain type of misogyny. You know, it's like people perceived him as quote unquote soft. And so that's where that hate comes from. But it's like, it's just weird because it's like, what's wrong with that? But it's the society that we live in that we want to find a problem with a man who holds open a door for a woman, a man who's polite to a woman, a man who ain't always yelling, a man who doesn't have to be all tatted up. See, we'll give Blueface all that fucking attention, which is why I refuse to discuss him over here. I mean, unless something egregious happens, I ain't talking about Blueface, right? But we'll give him all the clout. We'll give him all of the attention because of how he treats women and because of the things that he does and says. But let somebody nice, let somebody polite, let somebody hold open a door for you and treat you like you know what I'm saying? I think that has something to do with it. And don't get me wrong, I heard that Russell Wilson is not the nicest person to some of his teammates, but again, that ain't my business either. Patriarchal. Thank you, Caramel Kisses. That's the word. Okay, patriarchal. Is that the word I'm looking for? I mean, I know what the word means as well. I know what patriarchal means, but is that what we're looking for? But I just feel like that Russell Wilson, and then I also think because she went from Future to Russell Wilson, it was such a contrast. You know what I mean? It was such an A to Z transition. I think that has something to do with it as well. They don't want other women to be inspired to have higher expectations for men. They want to stay sorry. Ooh, I like that. Russell's a gentleman. He has class. Was Russell? I keep wanting to say Russell Simmons. Russell Wilson was married. I knew he had a girlfriend, but I didn't know they were actually married. And here's the crazy thing. The one thing that, especially black women, the one thing that black women always get mad at these athletes about is that, you know, oh, he was with a sister all through college, and then the minute he got some money, he dropped the sister and married him a white woman. Well, Russell Simmons did the reverse, and y'all don't give him no credit for that. He was with a whole white woman. He was with a whole white woman, broke up with the white woman and married Sierra. You would think he would get more credit for that, the way y'all like to come after the men for marrying the white women after they get rich. You would think. Russell Simmons did it in reverse, and y'all still got a problem with that man. Okay, they were married. Okay, got you. Thank you for the super chat. It says, "How dare he be a good man? That is kind of women to take care of his kids. Shame on him." Right? How dare he take on a woman to have a child by a whole nother man and treat him like his own? How dare he? How dare he? And you know the one thing I love about Russell Simmons? Damn it, not Russell Simmons, Russell Wilson. The one thing I love about Russell Wilson, at least from the outside, because again, I'm on the outside of the club. I don't know what's going on inside of the house, okay? But from the outside, it looks like he didn't try to change Sierra, right? I mean, you could tell that they're very God-fearing. They claim that they waited until they were married to have sex. I don't know. That wasn't my business. They chose to tell me, so I just choose to believe it, whatever. But it's like he never tried to stop her. You know, she kept doing her music, and if she wanted to wear some booty shorts and a little bit of cleavage, like remember that time she had on that real skimpy dress, and they asked him how he felt about it, and he was like, "What you mean? She's standing right next to me. Like, what you mean? How I feel about it? We left the house together. I saw her. I saw her when we left the house, and she's standing here. She going home with me. I'm good. You good?" Now, I did think the dress was a bit much, but again, if your husband ain't got a problem with it, who the hell am I? Lord, there go Cruiser. He just tries to keep her pregnant, which can change a woman or slow her down. But it doesn't seem like it slowed her down. Sierra's still been making music. I mean, I know what you're saying, though. That's valid. But it don't seem like it's slowing her down. Cruiser says she just need him to stop dancing. They definitely waited because he looked turned out when they came back from the honeymoon. Sierra put it on him. Oh, yeah, no, Russell definitely needs to retire. And I hate when I see athletes overstay their welcome. And when I say they're welcome, I don't mean welcome like we don't want him. I mean welcome like go out on top. And I understand the psychology of sports and these professional athletes, and when they have to walk away, like I get all of that, y'all. I understand it. But it's just, I really, really, really wish, that he would let it go. Yeah, Sierra says she wants more children too. Yeah, I wish he had retired last year. I understood why he left the Broncos, or was it Oakland or the Broncos? My football people, because of how nasty things were with him and was it Sean Payton? Who was it that Russell? Who was it that last team? Was it the Broncos? I think it was the Broncos. Because of how bad things ended, I did understand why he wanted to I understand why he didn't want to end on that note. Like, I definitely understood that. But I really feel like last year he should have just retired after Pittsburgh. Yeah, Sean Payton's ass. Yeah. I understood why he didn't want it to end like that. Plus, he got a lot of money to get the hell out of there. So, I'd have took that too. But I really wish that last year would have been his last year, So I hate to see how he's going out, but some people don't know how to leave. They got to wait for you to start flicking the lights on them. They the last ones at the party. The people are sweeping up. The custodians are sweeping up, and the food is put away. And security is flicking the lights like, hello. Yeah, he played for the Steelers last year, and I wish that at the end of that, because he got like a 1-year contract, I wish he had just left. At the end of that contract, I wish he had just announced his retirement. What I would love for them to do is for the Seattle Seahawks organization, this is how I would love for it to have happened. The same way they did that Art Monk did it. When Art Monk left the Redskins, he went and played for the Eagles. And when he was ready to retire, the Eagles traded Art Monk to the Redskins for like nothing. It was like, I can't remember what it was, but it was symbolic. But it was so he could retire a Redskin. Because literally they traded him and he retired the next day. I wish they would have done so. I don't remember what the maneuver. I think they traded him for like $1 or something. It was something real crazy. But it was so he could retire as a Redskin. Because that's where he had played the majority of his career, and that's where he wanted to retire. I wish they would have done something like that so he could go back to Seattle and then retire as a Seahawk. You know what I mean? That might be what it was, Cruiser. Maybe that's what it was. He just signed for one day. I can't remember what it was, but I know it was just so he could retire as a Washington player. Ain't nobody fooling with Abby. Y'all, Mama Man has a whole seasoning line. I want to order some of this. I want to order some of her seasonings. I think I'm gonna order. She has like a pack where you can get 3. I think I'm gonna get the 3-pack and try her seasonings. But she has a everything seasoning. And said you could put it on meat, you could put it on veggies, you could put it on everything. Okay, it's everything seasoning. Okay. She's got a garlic mix, and that's for y'all know I love garlic. All things blackened. That's probably the one I don't need because I don't be blackening nothing. I don't need nothing blackened. Oh, Tamala Man. Take me to the king. Her. Tyler Perry. Okay. Then she has one that's for pies and desserts. That's probably a sweetener, Yeah, so she's got a whole seasoning line out. And I want to try it. Yeah, I think I'm going to order me some. Now, can I be honest with y'all about something? Cora. I told y'all that I was going to make some soup. I said I was going to make me a chowder because I love chowder. And I was going to make me a chowder and make it in the crock pot. And so I went to the Chat GPT and I put in easy crock pot recipe for seafood chowder, New England style. Because that's what I want. I want a chowder, New England style. Y'all, I'm not making that soup. Those directions were a lot. They were using words that I'm not familiar with. Y'all know I'm not a cook. They were using words that I'm just not familiar with. Okay. I'm not making that soup. I'm not doing it. I'm either going to find me a restaurant that has a good chowder, Okay. Or I'm going to get my sister to make it for me. I'm not making that soup. It was too much. They was asking me for stuff I wasn't equipped to answer. I was reading those directions. I said, what? I was like, this is an easy recipe? I said, I had to let stuff simmer for 7 hours. I said 7 hours. 7 hours. I don't need to get Chef Don Don to help me because Chef Don Don is in Texas. I'm just going to find somewhere else to get it. Okay? So yeah, I was going to do a whole let y'all watch me putting it together and stuff. That's not going to happen. ChatGPT recipes are usually fake. Well, maybe I'll go online and try to find one. I may just try to go online and find one and see if I can find a better one online. But baby, that recipe had a lot. And again, a lot for me. It may not be a lot for y'all, but it was a lot for me. Because suffice to say, I'm not making that soup. Yes, they wanted me to make my own stock, Chuck. I said, a stock? I'm making no stock. I'm not doing that. They wanted more than what I was willing to give at this, because I was going to buy the ingredients and everything tomorrow and come home and start making it. But they wanted more than I was in a position to give at this moment. So I'm just find me a nice restaurant that has some good chowder, because I got a taste for it. Now that I said I was gonna make it, now I got a taste for it. That don't sound like it was, because it said the directions said put it in the crock pot. Anyway, hold on. It's probably delicious, but I won't be tasting it. I think I don't know. Now I have a taste for it. So I'm gonna have to go online and try to figure out who has a good chowder and go get me some chowder. Like a restaurant chowder. Yeah, I know I can play around with ChatGPT. I just saw whatever the thing that popped up. I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh no, no. They want too much. They wanted more than I was willing to give. You know what? Wegmans might. Miss French Kids, see, and I wish I had thought about that today, because I was over there today, because that's my gym, the LA Fitness, and I would have went right over there to that Wegmans. I'm gonna be out I'm gonna be out tomorrow. I may hit the Wegmans on my way home. You're right. Wegmans probably does have a good chowder. They probably do. I may go over to Wegmans and pick up a couple of soups. They might have a couple of because I love soup, especially weather like this, baby. I love soup in weather like this. They do? Okay. All right. I'm going to go over to Wegmans tomorrow. See, thank y'all. All right. Yeah, I have a Safeway. I have a Safeway right here by me. Not the unsafe way. I do. I love soup. Shade in the City, no, I love soup. Because I started to order when we went out to eat a couple of weeks ago. I started to order the but I decided to get what did I end up getting? The Brussels sprouts, I think. I started to get a soup. I made a soup today from frozen smoked cooked turkey pieces from Thanksgiving, but you didn't invite me to come get a cup. So I'm just saying. Busy can cook too. I be forgetting that Busy can cook. All right. Now let's get into this too, Baba, and then we're gonna talk about Tamar versus Tiffany Red, child, and then we're gonna talk about Christmas. the Christmas schedule for Really Be TV. Um, for those who don't know, Tubaba is the singer, the African singer. His wife, him and his wife were on the show, Young, Famous, and African. They've been going through this nasty situation. And I told you guys that him and his wife, what you know about Devin and Blakely Soups? I don't know nothing about Devin and Blakely Soups. Is that what I need to look for when I go to the Wegmans tomorrow? And then Busy gonna send me a picture of the soup. Damn, Busy, you filled up that crock pot. Good Lord. That crock pot is to the brim. Good Lord. It looks good though. It does look good. So Tubaba, like I said, so Tubaba and Annie. Remember, we found out that Tubaba and his new girlfriend, whoever the heck she is, because according to what I read today, him and Annie are not divorced yet. That their divorce is still pending. But allegedly there was a physical altercation where he was arrested, and then he was on a live stream, and there was another physical altercation. So today, this is what I have read today, honey. So his family, it says that his family has petitioned. The family has accused Natasha, which is his new girlfriend, wife, whoever. They petitioned the IGP, and they have accused her of financial misappropriation, assault, bigamy, alleged threat to life, and substance abuse. His family, in a viral petition dated November the 12th, urged the Nigerian police to investigate incidents that they claimed have caused him financial loss, emotional distress, and reputational damage. They said that the singer family received reports from him and other witnesses alleging physical assault, and that she has allegedly been transferring money from his bank accounts without his authorization. They said that she is also, the petition also states that she is withholding his passport, which is stopping him from being able to fulfill obligation, which is also preventing him from being able to make money. Which has also exposed him to public embarrassment and potential financial setbacks. While raising concerns over his safety and emotional well-being, the family urged the police to investigate alleged violation of marriage law and possible fraudulent misrepresentation. According to the report, the singer has yet to complete his divorce proceedings with his estranged wife, Annie McCauley, before Natasha presented herself as his new wife. Substance abuse by Natasha, allegedly resulting in violent behavior, has caused Mr. Tubaba emotional distress and financial loss. More importantly, his personal safety and mental well-being appear to be at risk. Information suggesting a possible violation of marriage laws and fraudulent misrepresentation, we request to be properly investigated to establish the facts. Now, that's what his family then filed with the police down to the Nigeria. But Tubaba told them to stay out his business and leave him alone. Now, that's what he said. He has publicly asked his family to stay out of it and leave him alone. And I just feel like, okay. I mean, okay. We will stay out of it, sir. Let that woman be. Now, we'll say this, though, Annie. Hey, girl. Annie. If this woman is stealing money from him and y'all's divorce is not final, you might want to get involved just to put an injunction while y'all are going through this divorce and make sure that, you know, you get your fair share, because you got 2 whole kids by him. You was married to this man. He cheated on you 5,000 times. Okay, y'all been married since you were like 20 years old, girl. He owe you. Mm-hmm. Karma does come at you fast, don't it? Well, no, he said they did the same thing with Annie. That his family got themselves involved in his marriage to Annie. But sir, your penis was your moving right along. That's the best part of a recipe to me, adding what you feel is missing, because then it turns into your recipe. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. That's why he don't want his family involved. Child. Now, there's a new reality show that's coming on at the end of December. It's going to be on Netflix. It is called Members Only Palm Beach. It's the call, and it says The Battle for High Society Supremacy. And it's going to be streaming on, I don't know if this is Hulu or Netflix, starting December the 29th. Now, I looked at the trailer. I mean, I guess we could talk about it. Y'all know what I ain't gonna commit to it. We'll watch the first episode, and if it's something I feel like talking about, baby, we'll talk about it. Oh, it's very white. I don't think it's a person of color on here. I don't know. I can't say that to be a fact, but based on the trailer, I think that one lady that they don't like, I think she might be Latina. I don't know. But we'll see. But it's very white. Have I watched Kamora? I'm probably not going to. I didn't enjoy her other reality show, Life in the Fast Lane and stuff. I don't think I want to see it. Wait a minute. Hold on. What? Okay. Before we get into this last story with Tamar and Tiffany Red getting into it, and for those of you that say, who is Tiffany Red? Let me tell y'all who Tiffany Red is. Y'all remember Tiffany Red from the Diddy of it all. Y'all remember Tiffany Red from the Diddy of it all. Okay? Oh, shoot. I forgot to load this. Damn it. Hold on. Hold on. Shoot, what did I do? I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second. I forgot to put this. But Tiffany Red was a songwriter. If you remember, she's the one that allegedly, she claims that she was at Cassie's apartment the night that Diddy basically kidnapped Cassie. Y'all remember that story where Diddy went? This was after Cassie decided she was going to leave him, and he showed up and basically forced her. Well, hey, Tracy, we were looking for you, boo. And forced her into the house. Forced her to come back home with him. And Tiffany was like, you don't have to go nowhere with him. And she says that Diddy threatened to beat her up or whatever, or fight her or whatever. Yeah. All right, y'all. Hold on. She's a songwriter. So she made a video today accusing Tamar of some things. So we're going to talk about that. But let's get into this first. Hold on. How did I not? Oh, you know what? Let me do this. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me do this so I can share with you guys. So I have sat down and worked out the whole Christmas. First of all, hit these like buttons, please. Can y'all do that for me? I appreciate y'all. Can y'all hit the like button for me, please? I appreciate that so much. Y'all, we finally did it. We have 19,104 subscribers. Finally, y'all. Finally. Hallelujah. We only have 900 subscribers to go to get to 20K, child. But it seemed like it took us so long to get that damn 100 subscribers. Oh, that's right, Tracy. I forgot you going on a cruise tomorrow. Yes, honey. Tracy done been bit by the bug. Okay, let me see if that worked. That still didn't work. Where is it? All right. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I might have to do this the other way because this still isn't working. I thought that I had done it like this. Okay. If this doesn't work, we'll do it the other way. Right. We did it, Joe. Now we just, right. Roll to 1K, child. Roll to 1K. Okay. All right. Let me try this one more time for the good time. All right. All right. Let's see it. Here it is right here. Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I was like, I know it's right there. Okay. So, oh, God. Never mind. I'm going to do it this way, child, because it's not letting me do it. I'm going to have to do it the other way. I don't know why it's not letting me do it this way. What's up, Jonathan? Hey, boo. All right. Let me do it like this. All right. Okay. So we're just going to share the screen. We're just going to share it like this. So, because I created this really nice, PowerPoint situation. But we're going to have to just do it like this. Okay. Let me do it like this. Maybe that'll work. Nope. That still didn't work. Oh, no. Yes, it is. It's working. It's working. I think it's processing. I think. Let's see if it's coming through. All right. So I came up with all the things that we're going to be doing over the next 3 weeks. And like I said, I normally have the Christmas stuff ready on December the 1st, but I just didn't this year. So I know we're a little bit behind the 8 ball, but we're going to get it done. So first of all, the Christmas party is going to be December the 23rd. So that'll be the Christmas party / unboxing. We're going to do that on December the 23rd. You guys know I'm going to be out of town until the 22nd. And then on Christmas Eve, I always go over my cousin's house. So the 23rd is kind of just the day I have to do it. I have it set right now for 7 o'clock, I think, but it's really just going to depend on what else is going on that day. Cause I may do it earlier. I'm just not sure. So just know that the 23rd is the day that is going to happen. Okay. For those who are new here and you don't understand what that is, we usually do a trivia game night, right? Where we play, like Abby calls it, the Kahootie. We usually play a Kahoot, and I give out cash prizes for first, second, and third place. We usually play 2 to 3 games, and I do cash prizes for first, second, and third place. So that is open to anybody who was here, anybody who is, in the chat. You guys can just you can play from your phone or play from a second device. If you've never played Kahoot, don't worry about it. It's real easy. It's like when you go to the bars and you play the games you get like a keypad and you play the game with the trivia games and stuff like that. G Smith says she never wins. I'm sorry, boo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We usually do like a how well do you know really be, and then we do like Christmas stuff, Christmas themed stuff. Okay, this still is not. Why is it taking so long to process the damn? It's just all right, y'all. I might just have to share my screen. Hold on, let me play my commercial, Abby, do me a favor. Click the not click the link. I'm gonna play this commercial while I'm gone. Do me a favor, Abby. Can you drop the link that I sent you earlier? Can you drop that in the chat, please? All right. This thing is still trying to process, so forget it. We're just going to do it this way. I'm just going to share my screen. I just had to share my screen and do it this way, child, because I don't know why it wouldn't do it the other way. All right. We're going to do it this way. All right. I'm going to do it this way. Present mode. Okay. Everybody can see this? Okay, this is the Christmas dates. Actually, let me take this off the screen. Oh, I wanted to take... Where is it? Oh, shoot. I wanted to take the comments off the screen, but I don't have that option now. I guess I got to unshare the screen. All right, but let me get into it. Okay. So this is what I've decided to do, you guys. I just told you guys that Trivia Night unboxing will be December 23rd. The ReallyBTV tribe community, we are going to do 2 Christmas projects. Project number 1 are the Christmas baskets, and project number 2 are the angel trees. So the angel tree, which I will drop that link in the chat. The angel tree, and again, nobody has to participate in anything. This is all voluntary. This is all based on wanting to do stuff for the community, a give back for the community. Okay. So Tracy said the bar's open. I have a bourbon sweet tea shot, a honey ginger henny lemonade, and a blackberry mint julep for the non-drinkers. We have a white peach Cosmo mocktail. Well, you know, let me get that sweet tea bourbon. Yes, let me get that. Okay. So I'm going to put the link for the angel tree, and I will post the link for the angel tree every time I go live on either channel from now until, I'll just say, December the 24th. I mean, I don't know what their cutoff date is, but what the angel tree is, it is an organization where they have created an Amazon wish list for kids. I guess the parents had to register through the Amazon wish list, and you can pick something off the list and buy it, and it'll go to a child. It'll be a toy for a child for Christmas. So that, I'm going to put that link in the chat. Okay. And that don't have anything to do with me. It's just an organization. It's actually through, it's an organization that Jamie Tyler is working with. You guys heard us talking about that yesterday. I mean, the other day when he came on my channel. So I'm going to give y'all that. I'm going to put that link in the chat. And again, I'm going to drop this link every day from now until maybe December the 20th, I guess, maybe. I guess that's reasonable. Hold on, let me. Hey, Fedora, I saw you coming in here. Hold on, let me. All right, so that is the angel tree. This should be the link for the angel tree. So if you want to get something off of the angel tree, you could click that link. Again, this is all voluntary. I'm not asking nobody to do anything, but I really enjoyed what we did for Thanksgiving. And I know I said it was a labor of love, and I really meant that. It was a labor of love. Like, I worked hard, but I felt good. So I like being able to use my platform to continue and do something. The other thing is I am going to do the Christmas baskets again. However, let me go through that. So we're going to do the same thing we did for Thanksgiving, where we will provide a dinner for a family that hey Tamara, thank you for being a member for 56 months. Yes, honey, yes. However, there's a couple of caveats. So let me go through the caveats. Okay, so I have a Google link. And Abby just dropped the Google link. I'll drop it again, or Abby or my moms can continue to drop the Google link. Please complete the Google link, because the Google link is the information that I need. And if I left something off or whatever, I will adjust it. Please do not request the same person that you requested for Thanksgiving unless it's an extreme need. And the reason why I say that is because I want us to be able to help as many people as we can help. Now, I understand that some people who needed it at Thanksgiving still need it at Christmas. I get that, and I understand that. But if you have anybody else, maybe somebody you've come across in the last couple of weeks or whatever, please consider sending me those names first. Because we're going to have to do this on a first come, first serve basis, because this is going to be based on donations. So I will order the baskets as I get the donations. I'm going to say that one more time. I will order the baskets as I get the donations. Okay. So please consider sending me, filling out the link for the person, in order in which you want me to try to help them. Yes, I am taking donations. Just like we did at Thanksgiving. Again, all of this is voluntary. I want to continue to say, hey, JB, hey, boo. Abby said the last day for the angel tree is December 21st to make sure it gets delivered on time. Okay, so the angel tree is until December the 21st. Y'all, I just want to be very clear in saying that if you want to donate for the Christmas baskets, you can. You do not have to. I'm not asking. I'm not begging. I'm just saying, if this is what we want to do as a community, these are the things, okay? The last day to fill out the Google Doc is going to be December the 18th. It's going to be December the 18th. And I say a first come, first serve basis because it's going to be based on donations. Y'all were very generous at Thanksgiving. I do not expect the same thing for Christmas. One, because everybody has so much more on them for Christmas time. And two, Thanksgiving was just 2 weeks ago. So I do not expect that same level of, generosity, not because people don't want to give, but just because people have different things that they have to handle. So I will, just like we did with the Thanksgiving baskets, I will keep you guys posted every step of the way. But I am taking donations starting now. And I will be taking submissions up until December the 18th. And that's so that I can get get everything ordered and get everything sent out. Please fill out the Google Doc. Please don't send me a bunch of emails because I'm not going to look at all the emails. Please do the Google Doc because the information that I need, and that'll help me. Somebody told me today when I was running this past them, they were like, you sure? Because that was a lot of work. And it was in the beginning because I was trying to figure it out, and I probably spent more money than I should have spent because I was trying to figure out the best way to do it. But baby, by the end, I had it down to a science, honey. I could knock it out. And I'm gonna do the same thing we did for Thanksgiving. It's gonna be a bread, a meat, 2 sides, a dessert, and a case of water. I'm not guaranteeing what type of a meat. And one of the questions that I ask on that Google Doc is pork okay? Because remember, by the time we got done with that Thanksgiving stuff, child, we were ordering cases. A couple of people just got chicken breasts, packs of chicken breasts, because they were running out of stuff, and I had to do what was cost efficient. But so I can guarantee a meat. I just can't guarantee what meat. But please let me know if pork is a problem. Also, for the people who I did order Thanksgiving baskets for, if they did not get everything in a Thanksgiving basket, feel free to I do need to add that. I'm going to add that to the Google Doc because I meant to add on there any additional comments that you want. So if there's anything else you want to tell me, I'll add that to the Google Doc as soon as I get off of here. I want to do all her fault, El Michelle. I want to do it. Okay. Okay, so next is, hold on. The 12 days of Christmas. Okay. Normally for the 12 days of Christmas, I start on December the 1st. Again, y'all know I'm a little bit behind. But the 12 days of Christmas, we will be starting that next week. And what I'm going to do this year, I'm just going to do donation. I'm just going to send you a Cash App or a Zelle or a PayPal. But that will be for members. That is my members give back. I give back to my members every year. And that is the way I give back to my members. So you must be a member by December the 11th. If you are a member on or before December 11th, if you are still, excuse me, let me not say that. If you are a member on December the 11th, you are eligible. And it will be by random draw. I'm going to do the online like Wheel of Fortune like I did the last time. So it'll be by random draw. Okay. So it'll just be a cash gift. Just a little something, a little donation, just a little something from me to you. And so that it'll be immediately like you will win. So it'll be a members only. Okay. I mean, that's my member give back. All right. I know there's a lot of dates, y'all. I'm gonna have to put it on my community wall, but so far y'all getting it. Y'all getting it? I know it's a lot of dates. Y'all are like, dang, really be this a lot. I know it's a lot of dates. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Okay. And I'll go over this. I mean, I'll go over this every time we go live because I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot. But I just wanted to let you guys know that this is what we decided. This is what I have decided to do. And again, oh, thank you. Oh, look at that. Thank you so much. I'm not going to say the person's name, but the first donation was from somebody who got a Thanksgiving basket. See? And they said paying it forward. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I did, and we're going to talk about that this weekend. I'm a visual learner too, just sweet. I am listening to the Mark Lamont interview with Brian McKnight's ex-wife and his son. We'll talk about that because I ain't finished it yet. So when I finish it, we'll talk about that. All right, now let's talk about this Tamar Tiffany Red of it all. Now let me say this. Before we get too deep into it, I will say this. Even though, well, no, I'm going to let y'all hear first and then I'll say my piece. Okay. Lord, I swear I'll be fine. I'm losing stuff. Okay, Tiffany. Child. I'm sorry, y'all. I had it right here. Now it's gone. Let me get to it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, hold on. Child, hold on, y'all. Give me a second. I thought I had it right here, but it's not here. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Because I just had it. Here you go. Here it is right here. Lord, I was say I knew I had it. Okay. So I'm gonna let y'all hear what Miss Tiffany Red had to say about her situation with Tamar. Okay. What the hell? Now my sound.
Tamar in this video, okay? Thank you. All right. Tamar, I've been trying to get in contact with you via email, through acquaintances. I've reached out to Vince, trying to get your signature on this letter of direction for Sound Exchange for the song King that we did 10 years ago. I have not been paid my Sound Exchange royalties for this song because the original letter of direction that was signed by Vince was not, it was rejected in 2017 by Sound Exchange because you did not submit an artist authorization form to give Vince the right to sign for you. And so, I've been trying to get in contact with you. I've contacted our mutual acquaintances, and they told me that you said that you weren't going to sign it, or tell her to call Vince, and talking about the fact that I've spoken publicly about working with you in the past. And the thing is that has absolutely nothing to do with this. This is a contract. It is a contract. And in the contract, it states that I am owed 16.66% of all Sound Exchange royalties for the song King. Period. So I've already let Vince know, and I've let you know via email that, y'all had X amount of time for us to handle this privately. You didn't do it, which is so ridiculous to me. Like, this is not hard. Just sign it. Just be a stand-up businesswoman and just handle your business. It's not that hard. Like, I legit, when Sound Exchange reached out to me, letting me know they have money for me, I hit them on the side, because we were copied on that, and you're copied on that email, but I hit them on the side, and I asked, how much are they holding? Because I'm like, I need to know how much this is to even know if it's worth the fight. I know I'm going to have to fight to get this money that I worked for. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've talked to Vince several times. Nothing has come from it. He's like, I'm going to work it out for you, calling me, hey, sweetie, I'm going to work this out for you. Vince, I'm not your sweetie. I'm not your sweetie. I'm a businesswoman. Would you be calling me sweetie if I was a man? No, you wouldn't. And I said to Vince, listen, just get it handled. But I have a sneaky suspicion. I'm not sure, but my suspicion is Vince probably can't get it handled because he needs Tamar, if you're watching this video, to sign the artist authorization form for him to even be able to sign on your behalf. So it still is up to you, which is why I'm making this video to you. Now, I've reached out to you and Vince, and I'll let y'all know that if I was not able to get this secured, if I wasn't able to get this secured, that I'm going to have to take legal action to enforce my rights. I don't want to fight with you, girl. I don't, at all. I got so much better shit to do than to be fighting with you. But here I am. And, it's so crazy because it's like, this is the shit that made me quit. This is the shit that made me, because to me, it's not worth it. If I have to fight for every dime I worked for, this is not worth it. If I have to be stressed out and I got to potentially file lawsuits and all this kind of shit, go public and all kind of other stuff just to get paid for what I worked for. I wrote that song in my living room in Burbank on my fucking couch by myself, wrote and produced. I own 85% of the publishing of that song. And so it is severely, I feel so disrespected anytime I have to fight for my shit because I own majority of it. I did this song. Me. I should have had to fight you to get paid for it, but I will. And that's what I told our acquaintance. Our acquaintance is like, Tiff, I don't want y'all to fight. I'm like, I don't want to fight. I have been in good faith trying to get this handled for this last month and a half, and since 2017, Sound Exchange, in good faith, I mean, I can't speak for them, but I can say what my experience was with working with them, that they have in good faith been reaching out to get this handled, and it's just being ignored. So here we are. Tamar, please.
So that was part one, but it's a part two. Hold on, let's listen.
This is not my first experience with Tamar and Vince doing business that is not above board with me regarding this song. So when this song came out in 2015, this was when Tamar was on The Real. She was a host of The Real. Tamar performed King on The Real. And I remember she performed it before the album came out, and I was pissed because I hadn't been paid yet. I hadn't been paid for the song. I'm like, damn, she performing my shit, but she not gonna pay me yet? Crazy. Even though I knew the album was about to come out. But I kept my mouth shut and I just let it fly. The album comes out. I remember a bunch of her fans was like tagging me and asking me questions on Twitter, like, oh my God, we heard Tamar is gonna perform King on Dancing with the Stars. I'm like, what? So I reached out to my manager and I'm like, yo, did we get a licensing agreement from the network for Dancing with the Stars to use King? No. Cool. So my manager reaches out to is Dancing with the Stars, is that ABC? I think it's ABC. If it's not, or CBS, one of them, don't get me wrong, but one of those networks reached out to the network, and the network tells my manager, oh, well, Tamar, they said that Tamar did this song herself. So we already cleared her to dance to it because she said that she had written the song. Excuse me, what? What do you mean? That's not true. So then the network is like, what? So then obviously I'm like, hell no. So then we tell Vince, we pull the song. She cannot perform to this song. Vince calls me, Tiff, she's been rehearsing all, for the last month. And I'm like, Vince, I have been waiting and waiting and waiting. And now this album is out. It is on the shelves. It is being performed. This is the second time it's being performed on TV. And y'all still have not paid me my producer fee. This is literally how I got paid for this song. I got paid for King because I threatened to pull it so that Tamar could not perform to it on Dancing with the Stars a day or two before her performance. The network was so like, oh my God, that they invited me to the show. I went, me, my manager, and an old friend of mine who I'm no longer friends with. We all went to the show and we watched Tamar perform my song. When initially, not only had I not been paid yet after the album was out, but initially they approved it and said, oh no, Tamar did it. We have the right to approve this. No, you don't. Tiffany Fred owns 85% of the publishing of this song. The network was mortified. I was so...
Okay, I think we get the gist of it. I just wanted y'all to hear. So here's the thing. There are a lot of pieces to this. First of all, Tiffany, hey girl, come here. Do I think that you chose this time to go public because you feel like this might be an opportune time because everybody is on Tamar's neck right now? Maybe. And the reason why I say maybe is because in the last 10 years that Tamar has owed you this money, it's been a lot of times that the people have been on Tamar's neck and you didn't come down here and speak on it, right? It sounds to me like you have been trying to get your money without having to go legal, because whatever they owe you, you're going to end up spending that on a lawyer. So it sounds like you don't want to go legal because you don't want to waste the money that you're going to get taking this legally. Now, what I also don't understand is, what kind of contracts are you signing with these people that you're not getting your money? I understand that the music industry is a nasty place, and I know people get taken advantage of all the time. I got that. But girl, I'm just confusion. And then you said that the only way you got paid with Dancing with the Stars is because you basically threatened for them not to use the song for her to dance to when she was on Dancing with the Stars. And so that's how you got paid for that particular situation. But that Vince has not paid you and you've been trying to... So Girl, why you ain't send them a cease? You said that she performed the song on the Real before she actually paid you. Girl, why you ain't just send them like a cease and desist then? She said the album wasn't out yet. Send their ass a cease and desist and say, listen, I need to get paid, and if I don't get paid, da 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 da. See what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of layers to this. Now, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, do I believe that Vince and Tamar owe that lady money? Yes, I do. I absolutely believe that Vince and Tamar owe that woman money. I do. I absolutely do. But I just don't understand, ma'am, how you keep ending. And when I say keep, we know this is at least the second time she's been in this situation because she told us before. Now, I don't know this song. I think this was on her sophomore album that didn't nobody buy. So I don't think anybody really knows this song. That doesn't change the fact that she should be compensated for writing it. You see what I'm saying? Or the song probably ain't making no money, Cruiser, because I couldn't tell you. Hold on, let me see if I can find the song on YouTube. Hold on, let me see if I can hear a couple of bars. I ain't gonna play it because I don't want this video to get flagged for a Tamar song that don't nobody know. But let me see here. Tamar Braxton. What she say it was called? The King? The King? Okay, this is when she performed it on the Real. Okay. Oh, yeah, this was on her sophomore album. Hold, please. I just want to listen to a few bars. Let me see if I recognize the song. Hold, please. I don't know that song. Okay. I don't know that song. This is why LaShawn fell out. I never knew why they fell out. I never knew why LaShawn Daniels and Tamar fell out. I never did know that. But Tiffany said that's how she met Tamar. She said she met Tamar through LaShawn. If we had finished listening to that video, she talks about how she met Tamar. But she met Tamar through LaShawn Daniels. Hey, Cams, it's the immediate I don't know that song for me. Cause it don't take long. If I heard it on the radio or something, I don't know that song. Sounds like the same company that said Escape. It is Stephanie. So sound, whatever the song, they were the ones that sent Escape. They're the ones that started the whole shitstorm. I mean, not on purpose, obviously, but they're the ones that started the whole shitstorm between Tamika and her sister, because that's when Tamika stole that. I mean, that's when Latasha allegedly stole that money from Tamika, because that's the money they were getting from Sound, whatever she said it was called. It's not. I keep wanting to say SoundCloud, and I know that's not right. April Daniels didn't invite her to the funeral and refused to accept her sympathy during her grieving. Yeah, because they weren't. They had already fallen out. Sound Exchange, thank you. I knew it wasn't SoundCloud. Yeah, they had already fallen out. By the time LaShawn Daniels died, they were no longer friends. They had already fallen out. Remember, the last time I remember was when that time when allegedly Vince bit Tamar, or Tamar bit Vince. Remember that time when they got into an argument and allegedly one of them bit the other one? I think that was right before they fell out, because I remember LaShawn talking about, because he was at the concert or something, and I remember him talking about it. But then after that, they fell out. I don't remember exactly, but G said, ain't no allegedly. Well, I gotta say allegedly, okay. Right? Cheryl says she don't know that song either. And again, that doesn't mean that woman shouldn't get paid. But I think at the end of the day, when she found out how much they owed her, and she found out how much she was going to have to pay for a lawyer, she probably was like, it ain't worth it. But that's why I say, what kind of business are you running? Because, baby, you should have a lawyer on retainer, because you are in the kind of business where people don't want to pay you. Like, as a songwriter and producer, especially a woman in that like, you were already in that space where people don't want to pay you. So you should already have somebody on retainer. You should already have a big dog ready to send out a strongly worded letter whenever you need to, okay? I did love him and his wife. Oh, oh, wow. Yeah, she said that's why she left. Okay, Jamie's husband broke it down. It's not as straightforward to get the money as it seems. Tiffany has a nonprofit that helps artists get their royalties. Yeah. Yeah. And it is hard. It's a lot of people that never get paid. I remember what's his name? Oh Lord, now I can't remember his name. I think I told y'all this before. Was it Brian Cox? I can't remember who it was. But he told the story about how Luther punked him out of taking song credit for a song he wrote for Luther. He wrote, he was the one that actually wrote, I think he's the one that actually wrote, Can I Take You Home Tonight? I think he's the one that actually wrote it. And Luther was going to put it on his album. And Luther called him and basically punked him and was like, listen, I'm getting ready to go on Oprah. And I'm getting ready to perform this song. I'm going on Oprah to introduce my new album. And he said, what do you think is going to work better for your career? If I go on Oprah and I say, yeah, a guy by the name of Brian, and I can't remember if it was Brian Cox or not, but we're just going to say it was, Michael Cox or not. We're just going to say it was him for now because I can't remember. He said, what do you think is going to work better for your career? If I go on Oprah and I say, yeah, some guy named Michael Cox wrote the song. Or if I go on Oprah and say, Oprah, I have a new sound. It's a new era of Luther Vandross. I'm giving y'all something new. I'm giving y'all something different. This song is going to change everything. He said, what? He said, now what you think is going to work better for your career in the long run? He said, I could give you credit for writing the song now. Or I can help you keep writing songs. It was on, I can't remember who, hold on, let me see. It was on Tank's podcast. They interviewed them. Hold on, let me see. Luther. Let me see if I can find the clip. Hold on a second. I think this might be it right here. Let me see if this is the clip.
He said, listen, I'm in the studio.
This is it right here. Hold on, this is it right here. So I'm going to let y'all hear for yourself because y'all know I'll be adding shit to the sauce. So I'm going to let y'all hear myself.
I need a new first verse. Your first verse is very gender specific. You need to think bigger. Luther is bigger than women. Luther is bigger than men. Luther is big as love. I said, well, I'll get it to you in a couple of days. He said, oh, no, I'm at the studio now. I said, well, I'm at the bowling alley. Oh, you're at the bowling alley. Okay. He said, I have a lot of cars. I go, whoa, where is this going?
Okay, that's the wrong clip, and they playing the music in the background. I don't want my video to get flagged. It's the same songwriter, but it's a different clip. He's talking about how Luther called him and told him he wanted a different verse. He was like, I'm in the studio now. I need that verse now. And he was like, I was at the bowling alley. And Luther was like, well, I can come pick you up and bring you to the studio. That's what he was getting ready to say. Luther got a lot of cars. I'll come pick you up. But I need this verse tonight. I'm doing the song tonight. But it's the same songwriter. Let me see if I can find who this is. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. I can't figure out who this is. But you saw the short, but he goes on to talk about how Luther basically was like, yeah, Harold Lilly Jr. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Harold Lilly Jr. But he goes on to talk about how basically Luther was like, look, I can give you credit for writing a song and that can be the end of our relationship, or you gonna let me tell Oprah I wrote this damn song and we can keep working. You tell me how you want this to go. You tell me how you want to carry it. Okay? Neo wrote a hit song for Beyonce and did not get paid. She was supposed to be on his album in exchange for the song, but she didn't do it. Oh, Beyonce. Well, remember she tried to take credit for writing Neo's song Irreplaceable. She tried to say she wrote that song, and Neo was like, I'm sorry, excuse me, hey, ma'am, you didn't write that song. Neo was like, no, ma'am, you didn't. That was me. That was my song. I wrote it. Right. And that's what he said. He said in the long run, it did help his career. He was like, but again, it just goes to show, it just goes to show how the music. So I believe that these people owe her money. And I also believe that she feels like, look, what you owe me isn't worth me getting an attorney. However, can you give me my damn money? Is that what it was, Janae? Thank you. He wasn't going to mention him if he didn't come change the verse. Right, because remember, Luther didn't want, he said he didn't want it to be gender specific. We know why, don't we, Auntie Patty? Anyway. With that being said, y'all, let's get out of here. For those of you, for those of you that didn't catch it, please go back and see how the tribe will be celebrating the month of Christmas. Again, if you want to donate towards a Thanksgiving dinner, a Christmas dinner for a family, you may do that. If you want to click the Christmas link, the angel tree, and send a toy to a child, that link is there as well. We'll be doing our Christmas party on December the 23rd, where we'll be playing trivia games for cash prizes. Members only give back starts next week. You have to be a member you need to be a member on December the 11th in order to be eligible to win. What else? Was that it? Okay. What's this? All right, y'all. With that being said, let me get out of here. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace.